Okay guys, let's move on to the next example. As you can see, it might seem a little bit complex. I mean, it's kind of like we have two merged up rings here. However, as you are going to see, this model would be quite easy to create. Alright, let's get on with it. Back to Rhino. As always, we're going to start by a simple circle here. Okay, after setting the circle, we need an ellipse, a round curve activated. Then I'm going to use this top quote here to set this ellipse. Here we go. Now, save one rail. I'm going to create the first ring here. Now enter the top view. Then set up a circle here. Okay, then we can go back to the front view again. Select the circle and move it upwards like this. Okay. As you can see, this is not something new. I mean, I'm sure that you have probably guessed it. We need these lines. Then we need another 2-point circle, this time down here. Okay, then we can select these two circles and use loft to convert them into a surface. Now let's put a cap on the endpoints to close down the endpoints in both sides. Now let me check the image one more time real quick. The holes is set on one side actually. So in fact, we don't really need the second circle. Just going to use the first circle that we have set up here. And I'm going to use the polar array command. Reproduce this circle like maybe 22 or 20 times. Okay, now activate cell last. Hold Shift. Now again, we can hold Control, Alt, and Shift. Scale and copy the openings at the same time. I mean, more precisely, using Alt and Shift, the holes would be copied and scaled. And then using Control, they would also be volumized as well. Now, let's use cell last. Then cap. And now Control G. Now let's use Boolean difference to remove them from our main ring. Okay, select, invert, so that we would be able to get rid of the extra lines and objects that we don't want anymore. All right, here we go. I'm going to change up my angle or point of view here and right, let me just check something real quick. I'm checking my schedule here. Yeah, we went through this. All right. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hold Alt and then use Gumball simultaneously to copy and move this ring upwards a little bit to create our second ring. Then I'm going to try rotating this second ring on the X course. Like this. Yeah. I guess this is good. What else? I guess we can move this a bit more downwards. All right. And I think we're still able to do more. For example, we can rotate this part like this. And then finally at the end, we can go ahead and add a material to our model. Let's see. I'm going to add, I need a metallic material, actually. And again, maybe titanium. You know what, silver. Alright, now let's check the end result in rendering. By the way, another thing that we could have done was to select both objects here and then use Boolean union first and then add the material that we wanted. I mean, it might have worked even better. Okay, again, we are done with our model. We can move this out of our workspace, set it in our layer, and turn the layer off. Okay, I guess as our next example, we have a some sort of a flexural ring, as you can see in the image. As always, back to Rhino and select circle. But before we set it, from the options, we need to select deformable, 3 degrees, and point count on 12. Now specify the center point and set the circle like this. Right? Now, just as you can see, we need to select the control points and then move them upwards to create such a form, which is exactly according to our image. All right. Now, I need to hold Control Alt and set an offset, an interior offset here, which is going to be like this. Now, select them both and then activate Loft to create a face like this. Now I need to volumize this, so I'm going to use Extrude, select, and use Gumball, move it upwards, and hold Control. Well, maybe a little bit more. Then we need to add some curves to the edges, so I'm going to use Relay Edge by maybe 0.15. And just like this, we would have smooth edges as well. Okay, this was for the interior edges. Now for the exterior ones, maybe 0.2. Here we go. This would be the result. Let's check it in rendering. Let me check the image one more time. We need to do a mirroring as well. So enter one of the views, whichever works the best for you. Activate mirror. Symmetrize the ring, and we'll maybe merge them a bit. And at the end, we can add the material. Okay guys, I guess this is enough for this session. We have successfully created several models, as you can see. And I hope that you have learned the whole process completely. Okay guys, as I said, we are done for today. Don't forget to practice, try to create your own models based on the images that you would download, for example, from the internet. See you guys in the next session.